All right, we're getting started now. I mean, if we got a high roll, we may as well try to high roll Hatball Fork into first. Certainly wouldn't be me if I didn't try to do that. So it's what I know how to do. I mean, it's certainly better than the other choices anyway, so it's not like a big stretch to imagine that I would take pants here, but it is a bit more of a stretch since we need to get first. But I think it's okay. Let's drink some water. That's maybe a good idea. Barf. That is a shit start. I'm trying to decide if I want to buy the Queen of Hearts or just gamble to see if I can get a different princess. Because the Queen of Hearts is so bad that even giving +4/+4 to the Lonely Prince, it's like we delete our entire turn. I'm going to gamble and see if I can hit like an only... like an Ogre Princess, Romeo, anything that it just has more stats, I will be happier with. What about nothing? That is a possibility as well. So we could Vampire. I could Shard the Lonely Prince, but I don't think I'm going to. The problem with sharding the Lonely Prince on Pants here is there are so many shitty hits that we just don't need. Like, we don't really need the Kitty Cut Purse. We don't really need the Minotaur. Black Cat is kind of awkward. Like, Mim is probably the only thing that I would want. Like, the cat is okay, but I think we're better off just trying to find a princess for this in a few turns and just having a 5/5. Like, we were never winning this combat anyway, apparently, so... Sure. Okay, so we have a princess, which we'll take, and then I will shard the sleeping princess, I think. That's pretty good here. We can lock for the Vampire and probably... Huh, interesting. We may actually lock and take the roll the dice first. This is actually an interesting shot. That's pretty good overall. Ideally, our Vampire gets another Slay here so that the Shadow Assassin is a 4/5. We'll have to see if we take more damage here. Curse King can have a lot of units on this board. They have a Mim, which is really bad for us. Like, nothing we can do against supports. We're just at 28, I guess. Sure. Fuck me running, I suppose. So if we take Roll the Dice, it can hit either a ranged, a pig, or a Vampire, and also the Blind Mouse. If it hits the Blind Mouse, we can still buy, like, the Vampire or the pig, so I think it's fine to do it. And then we can still buy a 3. So we basically want all of these. So the Catter has basically been losing all the fights, which makes me want the pig a little bit more than the Vampire here. Even though the Vampire can give us some potential for scaling, I think the upside of Econ is probably too high with the pig to not take. And then next turn, we're probably just going to buy these two. Our game obviously has not gone very well. It has not been a great start. It has been an okay start. I think since we got the pig gold here, it's a great start. That helps a lot. Like, a ton, because now we can kind of just take everything here. Could even potentially just shard the Ogre Princess. It's a bit awkward. So what are the hits if we shard the Ogre? Could hit the Vampire. I think we need to buy the Spellweaver and the Ogre, shard it, and then see where that leaves us. Okay, another shooter is really good here. I think I can sell the Frog for the Vampire here. Because it doesn't make us that much weaker. And I think I'd rather do this. I don't mind the econ from the Lucky. And I don't think that's what we needed in that spot. Aw, sad. Our pig is about to die here. We tie. Tie is fine. We could have won that pretty easily with better combat RNG. But it's fine to tie. We'll take a Vampire. We'll get the triple here. Alright, we have 3-2 Crystal Ball, so that's a good start for sure. Let's roll, and then we're going to buy something from this shop. This is actually a pretty good shop overall. If we roll the dice and it hits this, it's probably the worst thing. It's a 50-50 to hit something that we want, and it also gives stats to this. Not like we really care about this Water Wraith, but of course it did. Okay, that's fine. Put it here, sell... Nah. I guess I just lock in this spot then. I thought about just selling it for the Wizard's Familiar, but I don't think it's worth it. I should have just bought a Water Wraith here. That might have been a mistake. But it does give them both +1/+1 guaranteed, so then they're 5/5, so maybe this is better anyway. That is obnoxious. My pig! Jerk. Okay, so if we buy Water Wraith, Wizard's Familiar, we can also Witch's Brew if we sell the Queen of Hearts. We could sell the pig and put the Queen of Hearts in the back. And then we can just sell... We could have a better board. That might be safer. Because it's not like we care that much about the pig here, because it's not anywhere close to being upgraded. But we definitely want the Familiar, and we definitely want to put stats here, I think. So that this starts getting a little bit bigger. I don't really care about these. A 17-17, we may be able to like lead on the 6-5. Something like this, maybe. That's probably just this. I don't actually care that much about these Water Wraiths, to be honest. If they get a little bit of stats, that's great, but they're also just buffing the Queen of Hearts here. Yeah, I think cutting the pig is fine. We haven't really gotten pig gold in a few turns anyway. And this makes us a lot stronger in the short term. Because it's going to be a few turns before we find Hat or something similar. So I don't care that much if these get a ton of stats. But I wouldn't hate them getting a little bit of extra stats. Can we shoot the ranged? It's fine. Frog in my throat. We don't need the Cindy yet. I don't hate the crafties, but I think I'm just going to roll. I will take the Wizard's Familiar. I probably should make the Vampire good, even though it makes this a little weaker. Since I have the double Familiar, I'm okay with buffing this a little bit more. We should... Should I kiss it? It's really expensive. Yeah, if we turn it into an Aeon eventually... Oh no, that's a disaster. Yikes. I mean, it's not that bad. It's just not great. So we can position like this. Here's double stag. We should probably lock for Wormroot because we have so many monsters. How big can this be? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 if everything dies? It's almost smaller than the Wizard's Familiar. We can shard or kiss the Time Flies now. If it turns into Aeon, we can maybe play without Hat for a while. I'm trying to decide if I want to lock for this. I don't think I do. I don't mind the stags, but I don't think I lock for that because we don't have Hat yet. This is a problem. That's actually fine. Statue would have been better, obviously, to get the buff there, but we do need to kill this Medusa. Okay, so they're not dead because we're pants. But we are going to need to kiss this. It is a Baba, which is pretty good as a ranged overall. I still think I would probably try to shard it towards an Aeon. So we'll take the Wizard's Familiar to triple it. I actually think the Secret Stash is reasonable here. So on our board, we probably put this in the back because it buffs the shit out of our front row. We probably do something like this. A couple of shooters in the front. The slightly bigger Water Wraith, and then the Queen of Hearts is 2, 4, 6. So it's like almost not bigger than my other things. Yeah, I do think that I shard this. So what are the potential hits that it can get on 5 while we look for an Aeon in theory? So it can be a Siren, which would be pretty okay. It can be an Apple Tree, which would be okay. Nian, Cupid, or Aeon. So since we're only sharding once, it can only be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other hits. Damn, that's a lot. It may be worth to try just because we're so kind of desperate for Aeon and we're desperate for the spell discount. But we are going to have to start buying 3s instead of using a ton of spells here. At least expensive spells. The kisses for this I think were worthwhile, but we're kind of past that point now. So this shoots here, this attacks, and then this shoots here, then this attacks. So, oh no, this dies. Okay, so we do get the Secret Stash because they have the Monkey's Paw, but I think that's fine. So we don't take a ton of damage here, and we have a little bit more gold, which I'm sort of on board with. This Curse King is undefeated, which is not ideal for us. We'll take the Spellweaver triple. Spellweaver triple gives us not what we needed. Sark is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots. It's probably enough shots that it's worth it. I think I can mix this for now. We can shard this. Okay, it turned into an Aeon. That is actually insane for us if this works out. Let's buy this. We'll buff this. Buy the chicken and roll. So there's another mix. We can mix this again. so that we can put our ranged. We'll lock for another Water Wraith here. This might be better than the Queen of Hearts now, but we'll leave it for this turn and then we'll see where we're at after this. Hopefully we get our Slay so that we can actually cast more than one spell. Okay, we do, but we're likely taking a bunch of damage here. That is not the hit. That is also not the hit. That's actually fine. Okay, shoot. Okay, that's good. Okay, perfect. So we don't take damage here. They don't have ball. Okay, let's buy this. So we can Bad Moon and scale our Aeon. We can Fancy Pants to get a little bit more buffs on the things that we're picking up. Kind of don't mind Bad Moon because we really need this to keep getting big. Let's go ahead and roll. We'll slam this here. I will buy the Blind Mouse. I will Mix-a-Wizzle this into a Medusa, which is nice. This unit is shit now, so we can put another ranged in the back. We can shard one of these. Buff our Aeon again. We can make that good. Wait, we want to make something good that we're going to shard. Probably that. We could kiss the Medusa. I think we should. Okay, that's pretty good. That was a pretty okay turn, I think. We are going to need to, like, replace this, but theoretically, if our Aeon gets the Slay, that'll help. We don't need the hat just yet, then. It at least is allowing us to keep getting our scaling before we get the hat, which is nice. Okay. Alright, we roll. I should probably try to get a tree at some point. What are we slamming? Probably this. Okay, so turn into a good boy, which is nice. But we don't actually have enough units that are good for that to make sense. Fork? Okay, we got Fork. That's actually insane. We definitely don't need Sarcophagus with our 2 good units. This can give us Horn, but I think I'd rather try to cast a bunch of spells this turn. I'm just going to hit the good boy here because we don't actually have the ability to keep that yet. Okay, so this is good. We'll make this is good. This is our tree. Here's all of our ranged. We can shard this forever. We'll keep the Ashwood for now. Let's roll. I think I'm going to keep the Blind Mouse because ideally we're going to need to have something to Mix-a-Wizzle. Oh, sick. That's actually insane. I guess we double Kidnap here. We'll lock for the Mix-a-Wizzle on the Blind Mouse or the Shadow Assassin here. Okay, we found a Hat Ball Fork at a pretty fortuitous time. We double Kidnap a Friendly Spirit instead of the Lancelot or the Good Boy, but that's fine. None of them were really upgraded, so it doesn't do that much for us. I don't think we could have killed him here if everything was alive, so that's fine. These will be good to eat at some point. Let's take the Cindy. Okay. We'll skip for gold. Could have maybe gotten rid of Hat, actually. That would have been really cute. A really cute line. I don't know if that's good enough, but we could have done that. Let's start moving this up. Okay, let's slam here. Let's give permanent stats here. Move up this. This. We can actually move one of these up, maybe. I was trying to actually hit a friendly spirit. That would have been kind of sweet. Buff the tree, buff the friendly spirit. We could have actually buffed that Oni Tyrant. This is for you. This is for you. We can kiss this. Another Oni. Okay. We are in a prime position to be able to start sharding these into big trees, I think. Board position seems good. Theoretically, if we can find Wand, or if I see some other sweet treasure for spells, I may just take it over Hat now that we have the Aeon. I don't think that we'll need it, and we can maybe move the Aeon up to something else now. Where did we get this familiar? Oh, we kidnapped it. Sick. Okay. Wait, did we? How did we get that familiar? I have no idea. Doesn't matter. Oh, right, we had a familiar, we mixed it up, and then we bought another one. Duh, I'm dumb. Now I figured it out. So let's take this, because we do need another unit, most likely. Let's start moving this into a different unit. Like a Storm King is great, and then we can start moving this up. This can go here, this can go here. Kidnaps would be okay against Godot, so we have to keep that in mind. We can buff the tree more. Tree buff. We should buy something. That was a Mix-a-Wizzle, that's so sad. This here, this here. That could have been a little better of a turn. I wish the forks were a bit faster. They're going to have a very large Echo Wood here. I don't know if we can beat this with what we have. It'll be very close. That was a good hit, though. Good thing I got him now, because I don't know if we can beat him later. Okay, so let's get rid of this chicken here. We need this on the pumpkin so that we can shard this into something else. These also need to go up. So I think we're only using shard here, basically. This is the bigger one. Right back to pumpkin, huh? Okay, fair enough. Romeo's out. We'll buy the other Weaver. Gives us an evil that we can buff. We can hit this first. Then we can buy it. We can skip. I don't need another familiar in this spot. I'd rather just have the gold. We'll buy this as our evil. Alright, tree buff, tree buff. Shard the pumpkin again. Alright, now we got a burning tree, which is great. This buff's here. We can sell 2 for this. Tree, this, mix, this, tree, this thing, chicken roll, this. Okay, we are strong. I forgot that the best way for me to do this is just to bitch until we eventually hit. So I did that, and now we're in a little bit of a better position. So we'll just need to remember that for next time. 4 HP, we can shard. This something. This we're not taking out, this we're not taking out. We need these to go up. We don't really want to get rid of the Storm King either. We don't absolutely need Aeon anymore, so let's get rid of Aeon. This is going up. It's a book. Book is not useful. Does mean that we can buff this, though. Let's slam this into something else. Back to Aeon, of course. Tree. We don't care about this. We can shard Aeon again. Okay, roll. Buff the book. Buff this. Put this over here. Sell this roll. Buff here. Buff here. Buff here. Double kidnap, I guess. They have Mirror, Mimic. Or, sorry, they have Mirror, Scam, which is not great for us. So I suspect that we're just dead here, and we're going to get second, which is not great. Unless we find a dragon, realistically. Because all of our units just, like, slam into the Burning Tree and die. Well, I guess not all of them. Depends on what the scams are. If they have a lot of scam, we'll lose. And if we don't kill this Medusa, we'll probably lose. That's one scam. Okay, that Cupid is a nightmare. So we're going to have to get them a couple of times in a row, it seems. Let's hit here. We have a lot of Medusas now, actually. Can maybe use the Medusas. Let's bring this up. Make the Medusa bigger. We have no evil. We can get rid of this friendly spirit now. We don't need it. Okay, let's move this up again. I think dragon would be the ideal hit for us here. So this can just go wherever. It can go here. We can maybe buff the Medusa. We are going to need to play a little faster here. Let's kiss this up. That's not it. Let's move this. That's not it. There's a dragon. Perfect. Okay, we didn't steal again, but the dragon is pretty good here. Because the pumpkin should cuck the spawns. Some of them anyway. Wow, that's insanity. Oh my god, really? Okay. Alright, we need to kill these Medusas and then we win this fight. Okay. Okay. That's frustrating, but it is the thing that happened. I don't really know how I can get any bigger than this. Like, more dragons, I suppose. This also needs to go up more. We could maybe Medusa as well. Now that we have this Time Flies. We don't really want it in the back if they're leading on Cupid. I don't know how to position against this person. Ranged is a little awkward. Maybe this. Because we still absolutely want to try and Doom Breath slot 1. But we have another big unit, I guess, which is nice. Okay, that's really good for us. Oh, they hit our Medusa, which is not good. This needs to hit the apple tree. Okay, hit the pigs. Okay. Boom, we did it. That was a tough last fight, though, because I think they were favored in a lot of those. What a stressful game. Okay, I have to take a breather here. We... yeah, we're doing all right. I'm going to take a quick break, a little breather, relax a little bit, and then we'll be back.